Have you ever tried to change your life and suddenly felt alone? Maybe you tried to learn something new. Maybe you tried to wake up early. Maybe you tried to take care of your body or your mind. And in that moment, you felt a little different from the people around you. It can feel strange, right? You want to grow. You want to be better. But sometimes, when you grow, you feel a small space between you and others. You feel quiet inside. You feel unsure. You feel alone on your path. If this is you, you are not the only one. Many people around the world feel the same when they begin to grow. They want a better life, but the first steps feel lonely. And maybe no one told you this before, but loneliness can be part of becoming a stronger version of yourself. Today, we will walk together, slowly and gently. You will understand why self-growth can feel lonely, why this feeling is normal, and why this loneliness can also mean you are moving in the right direction. By the end of this episode, I hope you feel calmer, clearer, and a little more ready to grow, step by step, in your own time. Let's begin. Let's talk about the meaning of this idea, the loneliness of self-growth. These words may sound big, but the feeling is something many of us know very well. Self-growth means becoming a better you, step by step. It can be learning a new skill. It can be changing a habit. It can be dreaming of a different future. It can be trying to live in a new way that feels more true to your heart. But loneliness. Loneliness is a quiet feeling inside. It is the feeling that you are walking alone. Even when people are around you, you feel a little separate, a little distant, a little different. When you try to grow, these two things often meet: your wish to change and your fear of being alone. This mix creates the loneliness of self-growth. Why does this happen? Because when you grow, you begin to walk on a new road. Not everyone walks that road with you. Some people stay where they are. Some people do not understand why you want to change. And some people love you, but they cannot follow your new steps. So you take a small step forward, and suddenly the road feels quiet. Let me tell you a small story. Imagine a woman who decides to change her mornings. She wants to study English. She wants to feel stronger, smarter, more confident. So she wakes up early. She makes tea. She opens her notebook. The world is still dark outside, and she studies alone. Her friends do not understand. They tell her, "Why wake up so early? It's too hard." They say, "You don't need English, just relax." So she feels a little sad, a little different, a little alone. But something special happens. In that quiet morning, she feels a small light inside, a soft, gentle light. She feels hope. And this hope tells her, keep going. This is your road. Her loneliness is real. But her growth is also real. Both are happening at the same time. This is the heart of part 1. Feeling alone does not mean you are wrong. Feeling alone does not mean you should stop. It simply means you are moving. You are growing. You are taking steps that not everyone takes. Slow steps. Small steps. But steps forward. When you understand this, the loneliness feels different. It becomes less scary. It becomes a quiet friend that walks with you. It becomes a sign that you are changing your life. And sometimes, this quiet feeling is the beginning of your new chapter. Now let's talk about why this happens. Why does growth, a good thing, sometimes feel so lonely? There are a few simple reasons. And when you understand them, you may feel lighter. You may feel less confused. You may say to yourself, this makes sense now. Let's look at the first reason. Reason 1, change creates distance. When you try to grow, you change your habits. Maybe you study more. Maybe you sleep earlier. Maybe you go to the gym. Maybe you stop wasting time. These changes move you to a new place in your life. But the people around you may stay in the same place. So you take one small step forward, and suddenly you feel a small distance between you and them. It is like moving to a new floor in the same building. You still care about the people downstairs. You still love them. But the view from your floor is different now. You see things they cannot see yet. You feel things they do not feel yet. This difference can create loneliness. Now let's look at the second reason. Reason 2. People do not always understand your dreams. Dreams are personal. Dreams are soft. Dreams are private. Sometimes you hold a dream quietly in your heart, but people around you laugh or doubt you. For example, maybe you want to learn English to work in another country. You feel excited. You feel alive. But someone says, "Why? It's too difficult." Someone else says, "You're too old." Another person says, "Just stay the same." In moments like this, your dream feels lonely. Not because it is wrong, but because it is new. New dreams often arrive before new support. This is normal. And now the third reason. Reason 3. New growth needs quiet. Think of a small seed under the ground. Nobody sees it. Nobody claps for it. Nobody says, "Good job, little seed." But the seed still grows, slowly, quietly, silently. Your growth is like that. It often begins in silence. In your room, at your desk, in your small private moments. Before anyone knows. Before anyone understands. Quiet growth can feel lonely, but quiet growth is also powerful. Let me share a short story to bring this to life. Imagine a young man who wants to learn guitar. Every night, his friends go out. They laugh, they talk, they play. But he stays home. He sits on his bed with his small guitar. His fingers hurt. The sound is not perfect. He feels lonely. He wonders if he should stop. But night after night, he continues. He learns one chord, then another, then a full song. One evening, he plays that song from beginning to end. He smiles softly. In that moment, the loneliness makes sense. It was part of the learning, part of the growth, part of becoming someone new. Your journey may feel similar, quiet, slow, lonely at times. But inside that loneliness, something is growing, something small, strong, and beautiful. Many people will not see it at first. Many people will not understand. But you will feel it. You will feel the small changes inside you. You will feel your mind opening. You will feel your heart becoming stronger. Your lonely hours are building your future. And even if the world does not see your progress yet, you can feel it. And that feeling is real. That feeling is enough to take the next step. This is why growth feels lonely. Not because you are wrong, but because you are becoming someone new. Now that we understand why growth feels lonely, let's talk about something very important. How can you walk through this loneliness? How can you keep growing, even when the road feels quiet? I want to share 4 simple tools with you. They are small, they are gentle, but they can help you stay strong inside. Let's start with the first tool. Tool 1, name the feeling. When you feel lonely, many thoughts come into your mind. You may think, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't try. Maybe this road is not for me. These thoughts make the feeling bigger, but there is something simple you can do. Say the feeling out loud. Say, "I feel alone right now." Say, "I feel a little sad." Say, "This is hard for me." When you name a feeling, it becomes softer. The feeling stops hiding. It becomes clear. And when a feeling is clear, you can breathe again. You can take the next step. Tool 2. Find one small support. You do not need a big group. You do not need 10 people cheering for you. Sometimes one kind voice is enough. One person who says, I believe in you. One friend who says, keep going. One teacher who says, I see your effort. Support can come from anywhere. A study buddy online, a community you join, someone who shares your dreams, or even a stranger who inspires you from far away. You just need one small connection to remind you that you're not walking alone. Tool 3. Keep small habits alive. Growth does not happen in big dramatic moments. Growth happens in quiet minutes, tiny actions, small habits. 10 minutes of English, 5 minutes of reading, a short walk outside, a small journal note before bed. These habits are like little lights. They keep your road bright, even when you feel lonely. Small habits protect your future. Small habits remind you that you are still moving. Small habits tell you you are trying, and that is enough. Remember this. Small is enough. Small is strong. Small can change your life. Tool 4. Talk to your future self. This tool is soft and simple. Imagine yourself in the future, not far, just 6 months from now. Imagine you speaking more English. Imagine you feeling more confident. Imagine you smiling because you didn't give up. Picture this future version of you standing on the road ahead. This future you is stronger. This future you is proud. This future you is waiting. Imagine this future you calling to you, softly saying, keep going, I am here, you will meet me soon. When you feel lonely, think of this future you. Think of the person you are becoming. Think of the life you want to live. That picture can carry you through the quiet days. Story moment. Let me tell you a small story. There was a learner who studied every night after work. Her days were long. Her body was tired. Her mind was heavy. So she studied slowly, gently, quietly. Some nights she almost stopped. She thought, why am I doing this? No one sees my effort, no one understands. One night, she closed her book and felt ready to give up. But then she imagined her future self, a version of her who could speak English confidently, travel easily, and work in a job she loved. She imagined that future version smiling at her, softly saying, please don't stop. I need you. I exist because of you. She opened her book again. 5 minutes, then 10, then 20. She continued, and months later, she reached a level she once thought impossible. Her loneliness did not stop her. Her future self guided her, and step by step, her life began to change. Closing of Part 3. You can do the same. You can name your feelings. You can find one small support. You can keep simple habits alive. You can talk to your future self. These tools are not loud. They are not big, but they are powerful. They can help you walk through loneliness with softness, patience, and quiet courage. And remember this, the road may feel lonely sometimes, but lonely does not mean lost. Lonely can mean growing. Lonely can mean becoming someone new. Lonely can mean you are on your way. Now we are at the end of our time together. So let's take one gentle moment to remember the heart of today's message. Growth is slow. Growth is quiet. And yes, growth can feel lonely. But loneliness does not mean you are failing. Loneliness does not mean you are weak. Loneliness does not mean you should stop. It simply means you are changing. You are becoming a new version of yourself. You are walking on a road that not everyone chooses. And that is okay. That is brave. That is beautiful. You learned that loneliness can happen when your habits change, when your dreams grow, and when your heart wants something bigger for your life. You also learned that you can walk through this loneliness with simple, gentle tools. Naming your feelings. finding small support, keeping little habits alive, and talking to your future self. So, here is one thought to carry with you today. When you feel alone, place your hand on your heart and say, I am growing. I am moving. I am becoming me. For your small action today, I invite you to write down just one thing, one tiny step you took to grow. Maybe you studied a little. Maybe you tried something new. Maybe you simply didn't give up. Write it down and say thank you to yourself. Because you are walking a brave road, step by step, in your own time, in your own way. And you are not alone on this journey. I'm proud of you for being here.